Another chart nerd TA update. I'm going to be diving into a Vechain today. We're looking at the weekly time frame here, and basically what I want to show you for Vechain is that I think right now potentially what's going on, we're forming some sort of very similar path to what Bitcoin has done. So from this low here, actually let me start further back. Okay, so from Vechain's inception in 2018, using this sort of downtrend, okay, we came into the coronavirus lows and we formed basically a level of resistance above ourselves. So the level of resistance that Vechain needed to break to get confirmation to the upside this was support. We turned that support into resistance, okay, and this was our resistance line from 2018 all the way to 2020. So for 2 years, Vechain was stuck under this level of resistance. Okay, it was holding it, looking to come up, and then you got the corona dump, which basically made everything shit the bed. Okay, so but from that point, you can see that once Vechain did start to come up and tackle above this resistance line, okay, this multiple this couple of years resistance, it got back above, ran back into resistance here, but came back for support on the EMAs and found the support. And this is where you got that impulsive leg up in 2021, okay, reaching new all-time highs. Okay, so that's basically where it came from. It had a strong level of resistance, it broke above resistance, turned the resistance into support, got its continuation to the upside. Okay, sorry about this. So from that point, okay, what I think Vechain done is working in 5 waves impulsively to the upside. Okay, so you've got this wave 1 here, this wave 2, this wave 3. Right now we're in an irregular A, B, C correction of a wave 4, a large wave 4, okay, to try and validate a wave 5. Now what normally shouldn't happen in this theory, okay, this wave 1 high should not be lost, and technically in regards to closes, okay, we haven't lost it. It's where we're finding support, but we've wicked down lower than this wave 1. So is this invalidated? To be fair, okay, it's a very, very close call. As I said, right now you can see the candle closes have actually been bang on this trend line of this wave 1 high. Okay, so if this is to be valid, Vechain can't lose this high and can't lose this low and turn it to resistance. Otherwise, this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 wave count is out of the window. Okay, we have to hold these local lows. And as I said, it's done something that Bitcoin's basically done. Bitcoin's had a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3 with an irregular high. Okay, but most alts put in a lower high. Okay, and started their correction, but Bitcoin put in an irregular high. Okay, so Bitcoin's basically coming down in this wave 4 in the same sort of position, looking to hold support to push up for a wave 5. Okay, so right now all we've done is basically what we've done here. Okay, we had this level of resistance. Okay, we had this level of resistance that we was under. We broke above the resistance, back tested it for support, and broke out. Right now we've broke out. Okay, we're back testing as support, looking to hold support to get the breakout. Okay, so you're turning previous resistance into support here, right where we are now. Just like we did here. We had previous resistance, broke out, turned it to support. We've had previous resistance, we've broke out, and now we've turned it to support. So we have to hold these local lows. We have to. I can't emphasize it enough. If you start losing this low, okay, and coming down and hitting your head on it, it's very negative. And the minimum target for me that you're going to retrace to is this low here. Okay, you retrace back to lows and back to highs. You'd have this point if you lost that as well. That is the same point. I'm sorry. That would be an area of support, and if you lost that, then essentially you're coming back down to the lows of 2020 with Corona. Okay, so just to get a brief view, I'm going to show you the downside targets first. Okay, if this low is lost right now, so my downside targets at a minimum would be from this high to this low. Okay, where you're tracing to, and you'll be looking to come to the 1618. Okay, in my eyes, if you start to lose the 1 fib, okay, if we come down and start losing 20 cents and hitting our heads on it, my next target for you guys is here, okay, at 0.01463. Okay, and that would tie up again with this little cluster of support that we had back here. Okay, you can see that it would tie up with that roughly. So that's the downside target I would look out for if we do lose 0.020. Okay, so not 20 cents, I'm sorry, it's a hundredth less, a tenth less, however you want to say it. Okay, but if we start losing 0.02016, my targets are 0.01463 in the near short term. But I mean, what looks good here, okay, is that, as I said, you have this Elliot wave theory to the upside, the 5 waves. Right now, you've basically got a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5, complete. it looks complete in my eyes. That's a complete correction. This is a corrective phase. It's not capitulation. Okay, we have witnessed capitulation between these waves. Don't get me wrong, but it's not straight down capitulation. You haven't done something like you basically did in Corona. Okay, because basically in the Corona dump, you just shot down very vertically. Okay, this journey down here has been quite corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, corrective, impulsive, you know, and it's more of a correction to me than it is of a capitulation. Okay, so that's 5 waves down, potentially complete there. And right now, what could be happening is you found the bottom, you've ran into the 20, you're coming back to retest this low. Okay, if we get a higher low and break up, say, to the 55, come back for support on the 1 wave and start breaking out up to resistance. Okay, this is basically confirming the low here. Okay, because what happens is, as I said, right now we've got this level of resistance above us. Okay, and we're basically stuck in this channel between previous resistance that we've turned into support, and now we're sort of coiling up like this. If we can get a double bottom and come up from this low and retest the 20, break above that and hold a support, my next target would be the 55 on the weekly. Okay, and you'd be coming back up and testing previous support and looking to turn that into resistance. Okay, so it's all about holding the swing highs and the swing lows. Really, we had a swing high here, came back to support, broke out. We made another swing high. We've come back to support on the previous high. Okay, and now we're looking to sort of break out. You know, so it's all a big if here. It's all a big if. Okay, it's a lot of play. But what I think's happening, as I said, okay, I'm going to get that level of resistance back in. So this level of resistance, what you need to see happen is for Vechain to break above 0.033 to get confirmation above the 20, get a close above the 20, and you're going to get the confirmation of the push to the upside. Because you can see from this low that right now, depending on this weekly close, Vechain has an ascending level of support. Okay, it's got support here, support here. Right now we've got support. If we can get a push up here and start to retest resistance, okay, you're creating something called a double bottom. Now, if that does happen and you do start to break out of that, the technical target is from there to there, and you can see that Vechain will basically be on its way up to the 55 from a technical target of a double bottom breakout or an ascending triangle, however you want to look at it. Equally, if it does retrace here, okay, if we do get the retracement to the upside, and Vechain does start to come back up and retest this resistance, you can actually come back down for a third retest on this low, and you'll have something called a triple bottom where you've got higher lows within this ascending triangle. And at that point, you know, as this is coiling up, you come back up for a third time, you retest it for a third time, and then you get the breakout. It's all about holding this ascending level of support. And today's close for this week is very, very important. We want it to stay ascending. We really want it to stay an ascending level of support. You don't want to come down like this in a 1, 2, 3, a 4, and a 5 and retest these lows, because if we come down and retest these lows and actually lose them, it's extremely negative. Okay, it's very, very negative. We want to see a higher level of support being held here and actually get a push up right now. Okay, and just re-attack this 20 weekly EMA as it's coming down on us. Okay, and get the push out to this target. Okay, so for me, all it's about, it's breaking 0.033. If we break that and get a hold above it, you're in technical targets to the upside at the the red 55 EMA. Let me give you the exact target, to be fair. Okay, so we're going to get a fib on from if this is the low, okay, and we do start to retrace back up to 33 cents here. What we're doing is retracing from this low to this high, and as I said, the minimum target for me is the 1618 to the upside. Okay, just like it was to the downside. To the upside, if you break out, the 1618 is my minimal target. Because what you're doing, as I said, you've got this 1 fib right here. Okay, this level of resistance. You come down, a low, you come up, you come down, higher low. If you come up and start to break out here, you're looking to push up to this target, okay, which is at 0.044. And at which point, this 55 weekly EMA, I'm sure, is going to start to come down, and hopefully these start curling, and that's where you're going to run into that weekly 55. Okay, that's where you would run into the weekly 55. So for me, that's my targets to the upside in the near short term. At which point, what gives more confidence? If you can see this 1618 target right here, okay, look where it runs into. Okay, you'll be running back into previous support. Okay, you'll be running back into previous support and looking to turn that. If you break out and hold above here, you're going to run back into this as your next target, and that would be resistance, of which I would expect a pullback again to the 1 fib if we break out of 33. Okay, and expecting a continuation based to the upside, and you're forming some sort of large ascending triangle here where you've got a low, you come up to this resistance as previous support at the 1618 from the breakout of this double bottom, come back, hold the 1 fib that you previously had as resistance, turn that to support, get your continuation out of here. Okay, and then you'll be in bigger targets to the upside. But for now, for the near short term, for me, as I said, if you start to come up and tackle above 0.033, my target sits at the 1618 at 0.044. Okay, and that's the bullish scenario, and you'll be running back into previous support, sorry, and turning that into resistance, and looking to come back for further support. So for me, it doesn't look too bad. It really doesn't. You know, we saw the likes of XRP over the past few days. XRP had this massive gap between the EMAs. Okay, and what it done, it started to come up. It got above the 20. Once it got above the 20, it went straight up to the 55. Okay, because you've been pushed down, and once you get too far extended from these EMAs, they drag you back up like magnets. I say it in nearly every video. If you get too overextended and you have a big gap to the upside between the EMAs and you get overextended in price, okay, it tends to draw you back down to the EMAs. It's the same going back up from a low. Okay, so right now we have got quite a big gap between these EMAs, and I think it just shows room at least for a relief rally to the 55, which at that point, if you was to start to do that and come up and actually meet it, you're going to meet resistance. It's all about coming back and holding previous resistance and support at that point. Because if we do meet this target at 0.04 and we do start to retrace, we're going to get a fib on. If we do get up to that level, okay, so from there, and we'll be retracing back down to this low, if this low holds, what you can see is you would want to basically come up, break above this, push up to the 55, and then come back for support somewhere, i.e. on the 0618 or the 050. Okay, and at that point, you still got an ascending level of support. You'd have a low here, a low here. If you came up and met the target and turned it into resistance and came back and held these areas, you've still got, as I said, that larger ascending triangle, which you could possibly break out of in the near future. Okay, of which it would be in larger targets. So again, a bit of hopium. If that was the case, and we did form this sort of massive double bottom here like this, where we're coiling up like this, okay, you'd have a technical target. It's a bit of hopium, guys, but you'd have a technical target from there to about there, and when you break out, you can see you'd be starting to retrace back to the all-time highs, wouldn't you, really? So that for me is the bullish scenario. Break out of this pattern right here, okay, start to come up and retest 33, 0.033, retest that, break out, hold above, attack the 55, make a decision at that point what it wants to do, come back for support, hold support, and get your continuation out of here. That to me is what the bullish scenario looks like. And what you'll see that play out as, just funny enough how I've kind of drew it, is you've got a wave 1, a wave 2, a wave 3, a wave 4, and a wave 5. And you're out of here. You basically be out of here. Okay? So that's my potential to the upside. Okay? You just have to break, key points to take away from this video, you have to break 0.033, get a close above that for continuation. Okay, or equally, if you come down here and we fail to hold these lows, okay, we lose those lows and turn them to resistance. Just to get my downside targets back on for you, we're looking at retracing basically back down to 0.01467. So it's all about a game of support and resistance. Okay, it's all about support and resistance. Break this high, it's confirmation of more upside. Start to retrace and lose these lows, it's more confirmation to the downside. Right now, we're literally just stuck range bound waiting for something to happen. Okay, so trade on confirmation, guys, not financial advice. But that's a quick update for you today on Vechain. Sorry, I was going to say Chainlink on Vechain. I hope you enjoyed today's content. Please do like, comment, and subscribe. Until next time, from ChartNet TA, peace out.